So you want to know how to get more wins in Warzone, but you don't want to get better at the game. I got you, mate. What's up guys, it's Average Ol, making average content for the average viewer, and I suddenly seem to have a hell of a lot of time on my hands. So today will be the first of many videos that you guys can expect from me in the next few weeks, but more on that later. Today, I want to share with you guys the absolute best tactic for how to get easy wins in Warzone. Now, please bear in mind that if you are already a super sweaty MLG no-life Call of Duty player, that this tactic may not be for you. This tactic is for the little guy, the guy who's been playing this non-stop since launch but for whatever reason is yet to get his first win and he cries himself to sleep about it every single night. No, but in all seriousness, these sorts of games can be extremely daunting and hard to get to grips with, especially for players who are new to the Battle Royale formula. So I thought I would share this super quick guide, a Warzone tip for how to get easy wins in Warzone. Before we get on with it, let's see if we can hit 30 likes on today's video, and also I'm going to try and upload as often as possible whilst the UK is in lockdown, so feel free to comment down below some crazy challenge ideas for future videos, and I'll credit you if I choose them. So let's get on with it, shall we? Now I just want to reiterate that this method is not going to help you get dramatically better at the game, but it will help you get some easy wins under your belt so that when your friends ask you if you've won yet, you don't have to look like an absolute noob by telling them, "Nah mate, but I came second in Plunder one time." So to start this tactic, you're going to want to see where the circle is and choose a drop location that is just outside of what you would consider to be a comfortable parachute distance, and also a location that is on the further end of the plane's route. This will help make sure that wherever you are landing isn't going to be too hot and leave you getting sent to the gulag before you've even found a scar on the floor that no one wants. Now, when you're choosing this drop location, there is one other prerequisite to that site that it must have for this method to be truly successful, and that is that it must have at least one recon contract available. This is absolutely key for this method to work. When you land, make sure that you loot up as best as you can and find as much cash as possible before you go and start this contract. From my personal experience, I have found that it's way too easy getting caught out with tunnel vision trying to go straight for the contract. The thing is that even though you have intentionally landed away from other people, there is always the chance of some other raging introvert who has also had the same idea. So just make sure that you're always ready for that initial fight. Now, once you're semi-looted and fairly confident that you are alone, now you want to pick up that contract and go and secure the point that it directs you to. This part is going to take extreme amounts of skill and cunning, so listen very carefully. When you get to the secure point, you're going to want to get your whole squad to lie down and cover each different entrance to the site. Then, what you're going to want to do is remain completely dead still and do absolutely nothing except for stare down the sights like you've just seen a woman's top get ripped off on a roller coaster. And that's it. That is all you have to do, is stay still. Now, if this isn't the tactic with the lowest skill floor, I don't know what is. So next, you're going to want to move towards another recon contract. When you open up your tac map, you will notice that there is an orange circle now on the map. This shows you the location of the next circle, so find a recon contract within or on the way to that circle whilst looting all the way. Now obviously this is the main tactic here, but there are some other things you can do to give yourself even more of an edge. By now you should have acquired a quite healthy sum of cash, so in this order I would suggest that you and your teammates purchase a loadout drop, self-revives, and then at least one UAV and a precision airstrike. These could come in super handy in the late game. So now, your main objective is to keep doing as many of these contracts as possible. I'm not going to lie to you, there may be points in this where you get shot at. Now, most people that play this game, and especially in trios, will be extremely aggressive. This means that if you get spotted by an enemy squad and they open fire, the majority of them will expect you to engage in a gunfight. Now obviously for a lot of you guys watching this, you will want to shoot back because there is no better feeling than absolutely shitting all over some other poor soul and watching their hopes and dreams of winning the match come crashing down as you dance on their corpses and take everything that they've worked hard to achieve. That being said, it is important to remember our end goal of having an easy win here. The fact that they will be expecting a fight can make it extremely easy to evade these people. As long as they are not directly blocking your path, you should be able to slip away and keep running because 9 times out of 10, your opponents will be scoping out where they last saw you waiting for you to peek, and this should give you plenty of time to do your best impression of a neglectful father and disappear without a trace. Okay, so now that you have dipped, ducked, dodged and dived your way through as many recon contracts as possible, you will have managed to get to a point where you now know exactly where the last circle is going to be. So your next port of call is going to be to find a place within this circle where you can hide and let the enemies come to you. Now in the footage I'm playing in the background, I was extremely lucky that the final circle was due to finish in the downtown area of the map. This meant that me and my teammate could hide out in a building and cover the only two entrances and flanks whilst also having a perfect overview of the remaining game area. Bear in mind that this won't always be the case, but the absolute best thing that you can do is find the best cover you can that also gives you the most high ground, as when it comes down to the high ground, it is what is always going to give you the biggest advantage of anything in this game. So now you're all set up and ready to go, you have to do something that I would never normally suggest, and that is to oh sorry, I was just sick in my mouth a bit. You'll have to camp, just stay still and wait, and then wait some more. And then keep waiting. This is definitely not the most exhilarating way and fun way to play Warzone, but I promised you easy wins, and that is what I'm going to give you. Now, obviously Hornby and I didn't like this, so we continue to try and take little pop shots at enemies around us to pass the time, but honestly, if you want the best results, it's going to be in your best interest to just lay low and make sure you're ready for the final fight. So now you've made it. The circle is on you, and you have a handful of players left. But now comes the hardest bit of the tactic. Chances are whoever is left at this point has spent the whole game running around and shooting everyone that they see on sight. This means that they will be pumped up and ready for that gunfight. That being said, they don't know that you're a massive pussy that's just been doing a possum impression for the last 20 minutes, so they will still be wary of you. The best thing that you can do is just hold off until you absolutely have to and try to keep the high ground for as long as possible. This way, the remaining teams should fight each other right under your nose, and then right at the last minute you can swoop down from your perch like a crazy lazy falcon and sweep up the scraps, landing you with a super easy win for the boys. So there we have it. The absolute best way for how to get easy wins in Warzone. I really hope you found some of this information useful in some way. If you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always appreciated, and if you're ready to be bombarded with a hell of a lot more average videos over the next few weeks, it would be awesome if you'd subscribe. If you've been watching these videos for a while now, you'll know that I like to ask super pointless questions at the end to see who is still watching. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this down below. Who do you think would be the most annoying celebrity to have to self-isolate with? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.